you guys, we are coming at you. We've tried to Instagram live tonight. We've tried to Facebook live tonight. I don't know what happened. I can't get on either one of them. I've made the internet gods angry, maybe. I also had this weird thing today where I got kicked out of all my Gmail accounts. I don't know what's going on. Someone's probably walking around with my identity now, but that's okay because we're still gonna cook for you. Yay, and I'm here with one of my gorgeous, dearest, bestest friends in the whole wide world, Jen Cody.
Hi, everyone.
Yay! You know her from...
I'm so excited to cook, and I don't care if you guys see this in 10 days. We're still going to do it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
We shall persist.
Yes.
Anyway.
Because, what is that Shakespeare thing? Though she be little.
Though she be small, she be mighty.
Mighty.
That's right.
She persists. That's us. We're both small and mighty.
We are indeed. Our power knows no bounds. Okay, cool. So before we get started, I just want everyone to know my hands are clean. I wash them. That is super important. Of course, when you handle food, but especially right now, please wash your hands. Please wash your hands. Please stay inside. Both of those things, super important. Okay, tonight, I'm going to make something. I'm basically making the recipe up. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. It might, but we're going to make a Chipotle peach pizza, and we're just going to go for it. So the first thing we have here is a can of tomatoes, just some diced tomatoes that I paid $1.99 for. It was a bargain.
Did you get it at the dollar store?
No, it's $1.99.
Well, at the dollar store across the street, they have one aisle of just random canned stuff, and so I always stop in to see. Sometimes they have chickpeas, sometimes they have like beans, sometimes and it's always random, but it's always $1.99. It's not $1.
I feel like that's a trap. That's how they get you.
What do you mean? That's how they get you?
Because you go in expecting to pay $1, and it ends up being $1.99, and you're like, rah!
I know, but the other option is like Whole Foods, which is like $4.99.
Hey, I just want to say that these are Mere Glen organic diced tomatoes, and they're delicious. And what I don't really know. And what I'm doing, I know, Mere Glen. What I'm doing here, I have some chipotle and adobo. These are the most magical. Like, if there are things that you should have that are just going to be like a flavor bomb, it's chipotle and adobo. Am I right, Jen?
Can I tell you, I didn't know about that till about like 4 months ago, and it was in a recipe, and I got it, and it's this little can of spectacular awesomeness, and now I put it in everything.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Yeah,
and you know,
it's an entire barbecue restaurant in a can.
Oh.
I know.
So what I do with this, I did 3 of them with my can, and I know, but I did seed them. I seeded them and I stemmed them because you want the smokiness. I love the spice, but some people might not want it, and a little goes a long way. And then you have this luscious, delicious sauce. It's the adobo sauce. You're gonna take 2 tablespoons of that, throw it in the blender.
This is like a pantry staple.
That was my point. Exactly, Jen. Is that like, you should have this as a pantry staple. Go get and the thing is, you might not use them all. You can throw them in the fridge. You can throw them in the freezer. It's like, they're good. They're really, 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 really good.
For people who my mother calls mayonnaise faces.
Go on.
So my mom has this, we're from Portugal, and my mom likes everything spicy. And so anyone who can't handle like mild salsa and above, she calls mayonnaise faces.
That's hilarious.
Nice.
I mean, and agreed. And then I just threw in, like, the recipe usually calls for like a little bit of oregano, a little bit of thyme, dried is what I have, because again, coronavirus. Also, though, I usually have dried spices. I didn't have either of those, but I do have Italian seasoning. So I'm using that. Why not?
So can I ask you a question about dried spices?
Sure.
So if you, in the coronavirus time, and you don't want to go to the grocery store, what is the level, that it takes a recipe down if you use the dried alternative.
So my understanding is for you half it. So if you have a teaspoon of a fresh spice, you should use half of the dried spice because the dried is a little more potent.
Oh, I would have thought the other way.
I know
So
it. Yeah.
I asked.
No, I know. All right, so that all goes into our blender. I'm gonna blend real quick. Pardon the sound. Now I gotta smush it down. This blender is from when we got married, and let me just say it's old. It's an old blender, but she
Do
works.
blenders change?
What?
Have they gotten better?
I think so. I don't know. It's fine. I don't use it that much. There we go. So it's a little pureed. It's going to be delicious. And we're going to set that aside for a minute. Now comes the fun part, Jen.
Okay.
Because now things are like going to be a little less loud and we can chit chat more. And before we do that, I have this pan over medium heat. I'm gonna put a little oil in there and I'm gonna soften these. I got about 1/3 of a cup of sliced onion. Okay, tell me, how's your life, my friend? What's going on? Tell the people what's happening.
Well, it's both uneventful and crazy eventful, right?
Yes.
I feel like I never know emotionally where I'm gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So every day is a little exciting. But yet all of my work as well as everyone's work is canceled. So it's a weird space in that you don't feel anxious about, someone else got a job that you didn't get because no one has any jobs.
Right.
So that's weird. I think it's a strange place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with it? Like, where are you? How are you? Like, where you're
I'm
up
in
with
Syracuse.
Hunter right now, right?
Yes. So I was supposed to leave to do a job in Arizona, and about a week before the chaos ensued, I kind of saw the writing on the wall, and I had this panic that New York would be sequestered, or whatever words we're using, and I had to get out so that I would be able to then go to Arizona and do my job. That was false. But I'm so glad I did get out because I am at least with my husband and my dog in an apartment that's not 520 square feet. And we have a park. So it's been horrible and not as bad as other people. Yeah. That's where
I mean,
I don't know.
Speaking of 400 or 520 square feet, our apartment is 400 square feet, and I don't know this for real, but what I do know is that it takes me exactly 17 steps to get from one side of the apartment to the other side of the apartment, because all I'm doing is counting my steps so I don't turn into a sloth.
I feel like they should do a CNN report on that, because everybody in all the other places in the country are like, oh my God, it's so awful. And New York is like the hotbed of Corona, and we're doing it in a small square footage, which makes us crazier. And like literally, I give us another 4 weeks, and I think we're gonna crack.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, listen, I think it's going to be another 4 weeks. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be our life. And so, you know what I did today? So I did, we're here in New York. I just saw a thing that the White House, please see my cup. The White House.
I had a really good because Trump wine glass and I didn't use it tonight.
The White House said that people from New York should, if you're traveling from New York, you should quarantine for 14 days, which, sure. Yes, you should. But, here in New York, we're still like, we can go out for grocery, we can go out for medicine, and we can go out for solo exercise.
Oh, solo exercise, yes.
And so I've been doing some solo exercising, and today there was like very little people out on the street. And
Not little people. The amount.
that's
not
right.
A bunch of
There weren't a bunch of Jen Codys on the street. There were very few Jen Codys on the street. Hey, by the way, I'm about to dump. So I have the onions softened. I threw in some garlic, about 2 cloves. And I'm going to throw in this sauce in here.
I have a question about garlic.
Okay, hold on. And now we're just gonna let that like hang out. I gotta taste it. I have no salt in there yet, so it's gonna need a little salt. Right? Anyway, but today, so it's about like finding the little things, like finding the joy in the little things. And so today on my walk, I just saw this like man like sitting on his porch, and we made eye contact, and I just like waved at him, and he was like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm good," from very far away. And so I started doing that to like other people. I don't know, it just like brought humanity into the moment, and it just made me feel like maybe we're not all a bunch of strangers, like we're in this all together. And so that felt nice to me.
After the election that occurred in 2018,
16 or 18?
Yeah, I would leave the house, and I would make myself, I would like set a number, and I would like say 10, and I would say, "Hello, how are you?" to 10 people on the street. Just to have some kind of contact that I felt I was making a difference in people's lives.
You know what? My sister lives in St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Lucky lady.
Yeah, and if you don't say hello, how are you, or good morning, or good day, then you're some kind of jerk. Like
That's kind of how it
that's
is on
just
the
what
Cape.
everybody does. Yeah, it's nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, really nice.
All right, so I'm letting...
Can I ask my question?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What's your question?
I went to the grocery store a couple days ago, and I sent Hunter, my husband, to get garlic, and he came back, and I didn't look to see what he put in the cart, but it wasn't garlic. I'm pretty sure it was some kind of onion.
Oh, like a white onion, like a pearl onion?
Yeah. So I had frozen garlic that comes in those little things, and I used those today.
Yeah.
They're stronger.
Yes.
Yeah. Are those bad?
No, but just know that they're stronger. I've actually never used them. But yeah, like it's like concentrated, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
My meatloaf today was very garlicky.
Hey, at least you can know you can still taste.
I can still taste.
Right?
So far.
Toy. I mean, so many of our friends have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and we don't need to dwell on that. Just to say that it's real. Like, it's affecting people in our community. It's affecting people everywhere. But, we live in a city that's very close together. We also work in an industry that is very, we have no choice but to physically connect with. It's our job. If your job is to be the love interest, that's what happens. Okay, listen. What? Now, I'm making this peach thing up because to me, like, chipotle sounded good and something a little sweet. So I thought I'd make I'm not making the jam. I'm totally, like, pantrying this. But I'm add some peach jam. And I thought I'd add some onion, serrano pepper, ginger, bourbon, and peach jam. Like, why not? And then just glaze the pizza with it.
Sean, can you give us some peach jam? What would that be?
Yeah, no.
I thought that was good, Jen.
No.
Don't let him.
Nice.
That's like, right?
Okay, Jen Cody on the beatbox.
All right.
Like it.
So I minced. I wouldn't say it minced. I finally chopped some red onion because I had it left over. You can use whatever you want. Shallot, onion, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't think cooking should be about rules. I think it should be about a framework, and then you just like do what you want to do based on what you have, right?
That's happening on my screen. I feel like I'm in Star Wars, and I like it.
Hey, you've cooked in shows before, yeah?
Yes. Oh gosh. Okay. So when I knew I was coming on, I was like, "What? I don't want to talk about shows, what I've done." But I was like, "What shows have I done that had like food or cooking?" And 3 of them came up. So I've done On the Town multiple times.
Yeah.
Which you sing I Can Cook, but you don't really cook because that song you're winded and you're not really cooking. Then I did Junie B. Jones, which there's a whole song about Gladys Gutzman, the lunch lady, and there's a song called Lunchbox. It's like Lunchbox, Lunchbox, and this little girl sings like this crazy rock Lunchbox song. But then I remember this play I did. It was a play that I did at Jiva Theater in Rochester, and the whole first scene is about my character coming out, and it's my kitchen. Most of it takes place in my kitchen. And because I was so tiny, in rehearsals, they realized that the audience wouldn't be able to see me behind the island because it was normal size. So they shrunk the whole kitchen down so that as an audience member, you wouldn't know, but it was literally shrunk down to Jen Cody size. And my whole objective through the scene was to make this crudité plate and this goulash. And I had a real working kitchen. And so I would open the fridge and take everything out, and I would cook this whole thing through the whole opening scene. Well, one day we came out, and I can't remember how far into the run it was, but there were 2 of us that started the scene. And we came out, and we started the scene, and we're laughing and drinking wine, and I opened the fridge, and the prop girl hadn't put the food in the fridge.
No.
The fridge was entirely empty. So I looked in the fridge, and I shut the fridge, and I kind of like made eye contact with the woman on stage with me. And then I opened the fridge again so she could see that there was nothing in the fridge. And so we started this whole, all of our business was now moot because there was nothing to do. So we just kept drinking wine, which is water, but fake wine. But then 2 other characters entered the scene, and everything is supposed to already be prepared, but there was nothing. We couldn't explain to them that there was no food to bake. It was the most hysterical scene ever because we all had to come up with different business, but basically was drinking wine. And opening bottles of wine, and we're opening props on the set, and it was really, really fun.
That is hilarious.
Amazing. Yeah. That's an amazing theater story.
Shout out to Julia Brothers, who is actually going through Corona right now. So, and she was the woman who shared the stage with me. So, I hope you feel better.
Wow.
Yes, same. Hey, so I have some, Sean, you're going to be my taste tester.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I know. I have some adobo, chipotle, tinga is technically what it is. You tell me how it is. Yeah?
Hold on.
Have you put bourbon in there?
Not yet. I'm about to. That's I just did the red sauce. What do you think it needs, Sean?
Salt?
A little salt?
What's tinga?
Tinga, I'm sorry. I should have explained that. That's the chipotle sauce. It's called tinga.
Why?
I don't know. It's our favorite when we order. We have an amazing Mexican deli at the end of our street, and they have tinga tostadas. Oh, it's
And
this.
that's what it is?
Yeah, it's like a chipotle sauce. It's so good.
Good to know.
I know it. It's so good. All right, we're gonna let that hang out a little bit more. And in this little pot here, I've got the onion. I've got a little ginger. I added about I'm gonna say like half a teaspoon of ginger. And some serrano pepper, and I'm going to just put some peach jelly.
There was another Nosh that I was watching that you grate the ginger.
I what? Oh yeah, I grate the ginger.
I never knew that. I always cut it with a knife, and so I learned that.
You know, it depends on the freshness of the ginger, like how. I'm gonna add a little bit more. How stiff it is, you know what I mean?
Got a nickel.
I mean, it always depends on how stiff it is, but right? But yeah, so sometimes it's not easily grateable, you know?
Did you say it's not so great?
I'd say it's not so great. Oh, Sean. All right, we're gonna
This
let
one
that
for you,
hang
Jen Cody.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Wow. I've never had to cook in a show. What were you gonna say, Jen?
I was gonna say we should also say like Tinga. We do Zumba all the time.
Oh my god.
That's like our shared passion.
That is
Nice
I
transition.
actually think Zumba is what like brought us closer together because we were friends, we were friendly. We both serve on the council together. One of my
but we never we rarely were in shows together.
and one of my favorite. Yes, and then we were in a show together.
Then we were in a show, and then we did Zumba.
I know.
Yeah.
And one of like my favorite things is like, I mean, we didn't know each other that well because we never got to do shows together. Because usually
Similar.
she would leave and I would take over is how it worked.
We were similar types.
And we're not really that similar, like, at all. We're just
I think
small.
we just have quirky voices.
We're small and we have weird voices. And we're funny. We're both funny.
Yeah, so-
Wait, pause.
Pause.
Everyone, because I got the chicken. And I'm just gonna throw, so what I did, I did this because we had leftover chicken. So I wanted to use our leftovers. So this is just like, I roasted a chicken yesterday. This is what we didn't use. I'm throwing it into the tinga sauce, the chipotle sauce. And we're just gonna like mix it all up and let it hang out. And that's gonna be the chicken, the chipotle chicken in our pizza.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? When you say you roasted a chicken, so
Yes.
you just oiled it up, salt and peppered it, whatever, put it in the oven. You
I-
didn't just buy a roasted chicken and rip the chicken off, which is what I do.
You could 100% do that.
Okay, because that's what I
And
consider
it's-
roasting a chicken.
No, it is delicious. I love a rotisserie chicken. I actually did this chicken yesterday, Jen, in the Instant Pot.
Instant pot.
Yeah, I roasted the chicken that way, and it was really fun. In that, by fun I mean easy, because you can do it all in the Instant Pot, and it took me half an hour.
Oh, that's
But-
crazy. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I don't understand it, but
Yeah,
okay.
it's super easy, and so I did it that way, just because I like my Instant Pot and I'm not afraid to use it. All right, I am going to add a little bourbon to our peach jam. The peach, no, not the tinga. I'm adding it to the peach glaze.
It's hard because I can't see
I know.
what's happening, so
I know. I have to use my
What it
words
is.
better. Remember we
Yeah.
were making a peach glaze?
right.
So I added serrano, onion, ginger, and the peach jam.
Okay.
And now I'm putting bourbon in said peach jam.
Okay. All this, like, the amounts of things are somewhere, right?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I'm just making them up. But yes, they are somewhere. And I'm going to let that
Just
burn
let's say they're
off.
on the cloud, because everything is always on the cloud.
Yeah, it's on the cloud. This is going to be on the cloud. I'm so mad at Instagram and Facebook. I must have done something. I don't know what I did. I think someone stole. I think my Gmail is fucked.
It's rated R.
Oh, now I
Rated
know.
R episode.
Sorry.
What happened? Because you said fucked?
Yes. Now it's
Oh.
really rated R.
NC-17.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you knew that was going to be it if I was on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I'm not a good G-rated person to have on.
No, I would never.
Even though you are like a Disney princess or something, right?
Sometimes.
You're 100% a Disney princess. Are you kidding me?
I know, but not usually. Like that.
No. That's what we call acting.
Right, that's my job. That's
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was just going to be on Seth Rudetsky's show,
Yeah.
and it happened really quick. But Annette Bening was on right before me.
Yeah.
Annette Bening. In
She's
her house.
amazing. Who also we I think our friend group has totally agreed should play Elizabeth Warren.
Oh man.
Oh, totally.
Right?
So she comes on and they're like, do you have anything you want to auction off? And so I run out of the room because I know that I'm coming on to talk about Raul Esparza. And I found this, which is my Taboo show jacket that I'm going to give them to auction off on this episode that they did tonight.
That's amazing.
I found it. I mean, I've never worn it ever, but it's here, and so I'm gonna, for the Actors Fund.
I gave away all my show jackets years ago. I gave them to Broadway Cares to the flea market. It's an amazing organization if you don't know about it. I had a You're a Good Man Charlie Brown show jacket. We had Urinetown jackets.
You know what the exciting part about this was is that we all auditioned for Taboo, and then I lived in Jersey at the time, and there was like a knock on my door, and this was in the mail from Rosie to ask us to do the show.
That is super cool.
It was
How
a
cool is
bride.
that?
No, that is so old school, and I love it. Now what would it be? It would be like a tweet in your DM. As I'm fond of saying, what do they say? What did the kids say? Sliding into
Up in
the
your
DM.
DMs.
I'm up in the
Up in your
DMs.
DMs.
No, I think you say. Todd told me you say slide.
I think
into
it's
your
cram it
DMs.
up in your DMs.
Sean.
Do we listen
Now
to
it's
Todd?
really R-rated. Oh my God. Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
So something I didn't tell you, or anyone for that matter, is that my oven has been preheating. I'm at 425, and I have a pizza stone. I love my pizza stone, and that is what I'm going to use to cook this pizza.
And what are you using as the dough?
Well, I just went to the store and I got some naan,
Okay.
or you could use pita. I mean, you could bake yourself a pie shell, whatever. I just am
Yeah.
a pizza pie.
You know how you do
shell.
it? Like if you're just bored.
But I have my pizza stone. Watch out, Sean. This is hot.
Donuts. You can put them on donuts.
Yes. See, here's my pizza.
That is super hot.
It's
by the way.
very hot. I've had it in the oven preheating.
Okay, so that's a thing, right? You leave it in there and you preheat it. And
Yeah. Sorry, this is gonna be noisy. There we go. I had. Here's my little.
Yum.
Yes, so I'm gonna do that, and I think what I shall do is I have a little handy dandy brush here.
Can I see the jam?
Oh yeah, here. Hold on, it's hot.
I'm just curious as what it looks like.
I think you can see it.
Is it like a marmalade?
Yeah, it's. Can you see, Sean?
It's pronounced marmalade, but that's cool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's more of like, I'm gonna say it's a glaze.
Great.
Great. So I have a little oil here, and I'm gonna use my brush and just spread it out.
I keep looking into my computer.
I know.
See.
It's like, Jen, I'm so disappointed. I don't know why I've been banned.
I think like I can look over and see what's. Oh, that's good angle, Sean.
Oh, yay!
That's fantastic.
And you know what else I'm going to do is just throw a little salt on here.
Just on the bread.
Yeah, why not, right?
Why not? Sean said it needed salt. Might as well put it right on there.
And then I'm going to take my little brush here. I'm throwing my glove back on because guess what? It's hot. This was my Grammy's pot. You can't see it.
Aw, no, that's beautiful.
I know, isn't that nice? And I'm going to glaze this peach chutney / glazy / marmalade over the naan. That smells very bourbon-y, by the way.
Nice.
I know.
Very nice.
It's very nice. Okay.
How
That
much
feels...
did you put on?
That much.
Okay. Do you just drink the rest?
Well, no, I'll save it. We'll use it for something else, you know?
All right.
I mean, I don't know what that thing will be. But,
Toast. It'd be good on toast.
oh my God, and usually like bourbon rush in the morning. I burned off all the alcohol, to be fair. And then I'm going to throw the tinga chicken on top here. Show that to Jen. There.
Nice.
Right?
Oh, good.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of this on there. I'm going to throw this in the oven first, and you and I are going to have a little drink break.
Right.
And then we're going to discuss our cheese options because I'm going to throw it under the broiler at the end.
God, I love
'Cause-
cheese.
You and
Can
I,
you put some jalapenos in that too?
you know, I thought about it. What I do have is pickled onions.
Okay.
I mean, there's serrano pepper in the, that's probably a
The
lot.
chipotle.
Yeah,
Right.
in the jam, actually. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna throw that in the oven. And
That looks so good.
right?
Yeah.
And then we'll take it out. We'll throw some cheese on top, and then I'll throw it under the broiler. And hopefully it will be done.
Does everyone in New York use their broiler to store their pans?
I don't.
We don't, actually. I've never done that either.
But some people do.
I store all of my pans underneath that.
Well, it's because you don't use your broiler.
I don't.
The broiler's amazing.
I know.
I love a broiler. It it caramelizes. It gives you that crust when you're like, why isn't this brown? It gives you a crust. I love it. I know.
I love it more.
So I just wanted to tell the people about one of my favorite nights so far of this whole Corona.
Here, take this. I need to get some wine.
Sean's getting. I'm in charge of the camera now.
Totally.
It's great. Is the night that we dressed up to attend a benefit.
Well, we don't have date nights or anything. Like, we're living in close quarters with our others. Sorry, Sean, but...
Hey, we need to have more cocktail parties. That was super fun.
And we all Zoomed and to watch Rosie's show the first night, and we all dressed up.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, and we all, it was really nice. And we all watched it together and drank wine, and we were fancy, really fancy.
It was like we were going to the benefit.
Yeah, it was like a gala.
It was. It felt very gala-esque, right, Sean?
Yeah.
It was fun. I had a great time.
Sean looked fantastic.
That's right. Okay, take this
I
back.
have to tell you, Hunter wasn't going to dress up, and I was like, Sean looks really good. And Hunter went and put a coat.
Suck it, Hunter.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to refill my wine right now, too. How's your wine, Cody?
Mine's empty.
Yeah.
Hunter?
There you go.
Hunter?
Hunter?
Hunter, my love?
He's like, no. It's not happening.
This apartment's a little too big for that. Hunter?
You're not going to lure him.
He's pretending he doesn't.
He's too smart for that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I hear you. No, I was just going to go back to Zumba really quickly because it is actually one of the things that are keeping me sane because I like to dance.
Me too, and I have to tell you, when I don't do it, I try to change up my exercise so I'm not doing the same thing every day. I have found when I don't do Zumba, I'm not manageable. I mean, I'm not a happy person. There's something about just dancing for the sake of dancing, and I'm having a blast finding YouTube videos of people doing it who have that same joy. It's
Agreed.
been great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I also am a fan of the plyo jam, which is like Zumba but with squats and jumps, basically.
But I did a couple plyo jams today that were very short, almost warm-up plyo jams of just different dance routines that were just joyful.
I know. You gotta find the joy, like the little moments, right? Like waving at the guy who's on the porch, like those moments of connection to remind ourselves that we're all human still and deserve kindness and respect and all of that stuff. And yeah. Hey, I'm gonna look at our pizza. Hold on.
That was so quick. You think it's done?
It shouldn't take that long. Oh
We didn't
yeah.
discuss cheese.
No, here's your choices. I got shredded cheese, just regular shredded cheese, right? And I have a little brie.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, so you know my philosophy on cheese, right? Should I share that?
It's a great time to do it.
Okay, so I love cheese. I love all cheese. I think cheese is the perfect food, and I've said this many times, and that cheese is the only food that you can slice, dice, shred, melt, carry in your freaking pocket if you wanted to, Like, you can have it for every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. And it's the only food that if you melt it on crappy food, it tastes good.
So
Like,
we're set.
That's truth. So I love all cheese. One cheese I do not like is the goat. And I don't know why I don't like it.
Well,
Do you know why goat milk cheese is such a freaking pungy, awful taste compared to everything else?
No, I think they're like, it's tangy. There's a tang that happens with goat cheese. My brie is not goat. My brie is cow or sheep. I don't know.
Okay, cow and sheep I'm good with. It's the goat that makes me want to, and I love all cheese. It makes me sad I don't like it. But yeah, sheep's my favorite.
That's what I
This is
have.
cow. Okay, that's okay. That's good.
Why don't you show the camera?
Oh.
Okay.
I get distracted.
Brie and peach sounds right.
Brie and peach? All right, then we'll do brie and peach. Sounds good.
I mean, you're eating it, so you choose.
I mean, it's gonna be a very fancy pizza. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, like that was where my heart was going as well.
You're the star.
I'm really not. I actually don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along.
I bet it's gonna be really good though.
Probably. We'll use our cheese knife. So I'm just
What's a
gonna.
cheese knife look like? Ooh.
I
Why don't
know.
you show the camera as well?
Oh.
Very
Fancy.
clean.
I know. I don't know. I'm just like gonna do it like that. Right?
Like what?
I will, Jen.
Sorry. Oh, just slabs.
I was just
Slabs.
gonna slab it on.
Yeah, you know, when we went to Naples on our honeymoon, and
I'm assuming you mean Italy and not New York.
Naples, Florida, and it was very pleasant.
Could you imagine?
It was very pleasant.
I'm sure there are people who did go to Naples.
Yeah, so we went to this place called Don Michele, which is the best pizzeria I've ever been to in my entire life.
Wow.
And
Ooh, look at
yeah,
that.
and you got a proper pizza, and it was on like a super flat, you know, and it was just like dollops of cheese and some basil and some sauce, and then you forget about it. How you doing?
So
It was amazing.
I need people to know I threw the brie on there and then I just turned the broiler on. I'm just throwing it under for like a minute.
All right.
Or maybe 2.
I'm not gonna lie. Today, when I went to the Wegmans, our local store, I got myself some burrata.
There's nothing to lie about with that. If
Nothing.
I've actually had to stop buying cheese right now because it's like I would eat the whole chunk in one sitting.
One sitting. I'm with you.
Easily. Like the other night we had a Zoom happy hour with my family. And we had like half a thing of Parmigiano Reggiano and we ate the entire thing.
Yeah, but we had truffle honey also, so
We
there's
also had
no
truffle
denying
honey.
that business.
Thank you to my friend
That's
Kurt Hall.
good.
There's no denying
good.
it. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
With the Parmesan, forget about it. It's
Yeah.
a wrap.
I
It's
know.
a wrap.
I know, we're almost done here. We just got a little broiler, and hopefully it's gonna like look and taste, more importantly,
I can't wait to
delicious.
see what it tastes like.
Listen, do you smell something?
Oh, the best line in a movie ever, Ghostbusters. Listen, do you smell something?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Lunchbox.
All right,
Lunchbox.
I'm calling it. I don't know. What do you think?
You can leave it in there longer.
All right. Sean says longer.
Sean changed the whole scope of what we were doing.
I know. He knows. He knows.
He knows.
Mm-hmm.
What wine would you pair with this peach pizza?
I mean,
Some
at this point.
Wet kind.
Yeah.
The wettest of wine.
That's amazing.
I will take. What kind of wine do you like? I like wet wine.
That's right.
Wet.
Oh, please.
So good.
I know. You made some mini meatloafs today.
Here, take this.
I made mini meatloaves in my crock pot
Yes.
with polenta. The polenta was a little thick.
Wait, can I ask you? What do you mean you made it with polenta? You mean you like bound it like that was like your breadcrumbs?
No, I'm misunderstanding. So
it's good.
I made
Here you go.
with panko, I made the meatloaves.
Yeah.
And then I plated it on a bed of polenta
Oh, that's right.
with some fresh parsley
You plated the meatloaf with the polenta.
on top of the polenta. But the polenta, I followed the directions and it was just a little too thick.
I see.
Yeah.
I just want
More
you to
broth.
see what's happening here. Can you see it?
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, the rinds are still there, but we don't care. We're eating it.
We don't care.
No,
we
it's a
don't
cool
care.
Flavor. I like the flavor.
Cheese is cheese.
Cheese is cheese is cheese. My friend, you're the best.
You were the best. I'm so